lowest point, either for you or for the unit that you were with? Was there a point where people were really discouraged, and was there doubt about the outcome of the war, or?
Well, we always never knew about the outcome of the war because we only knew where we were at, really, and what was going on there. So it was very difficult to evaluate the whole war and what was going on, but we were just interested, really, during the combat, interested in our little area of protecting and carrying and working and achieving the next area where we were going to be. But I think probably the most discouraging was right the Battle of the Bulge began. I think it was the 16th of December of 1944, and after we had secured that area, it kept the Germans from rushing over where we were, and then to have them call us in and tell us that, you know, we wouldn't have any Christmas, and we wouldn't be singing any songs, we wouldn't have our traditional Christmas dinner and all the rest of it, that we were going to take off with an unknown, as far as we were concerned, a totally unknown. That all we knew was going to Bastogne to liberate the 101st Airborne Division. That's all we knew. And yeah, and probably driving all the way trying to sing a Christmas carol and couldn't sing it, knowing we were going into a combat zone, which we knew. It was an emergency, a terrible emergency. And that was, I think maybe our hearts were, you know, really sank down in our up in our throat. I could say down in our throat, but I guess the heart has to go up your throat. I don't know all that. Anyway, I remember too the time, right after St. Vith I was talking about a little bit before, here is a little vehicle.
Let me zoom in on that. Let me zoom in on your model there. Hold it up and hold it still so I can.
Can you see it? Nice little Jeep.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what we call made just for the Army, for the military. It's a reconnaissance vehicle. It's a four-wheel drive, and something that we call the Jeep, and which we appreciated. And I remember the Germans during that time put piano wire across the road on the trees, so it was about up over here. And so I had to weld a butt up all the way up here about 6 feet and weld it up, and so that as it drove along, you know, there was no way to stop it over here, protect it from this piano wire. Boy, that was really bad for a while, and so it would cut the wire as we drove through it because there's no safety measures in that. But that old Jeep. And then one night, over at St. Vith, a couple of our tanks that pulled our 155, what it was, we called it an M4, and it was a half a tank or half a, what do you call that? You know, that
the track?
It's like a tank track. You know that track?
Yeah.
So the track came up to about 3/4 of the vehicle, like this.
Hold it a little more into the camera.
Like this?
Yeah.
Over here, the track went about this far on that kind of a half tank, which pulled a 155 howitzer. And those tracks, 2 of them broke. And it was emergency. It was during the Battle of the Bulge. So they gave me the job because I was in the service battery of the battalion, which there's about, I don't know, maybe only 7 of us altogether at the service battery, which we lived with the different batteries too that had the howitzers, you know, did the firing and stuff. We were with them too. So we were really part of them. Anyway, what I had to do, and we didn't know where the front was because it was so fluid. It was very difficult. So I was authorized in the Jeep. I had my Jeep, kind of my Jeep. I kind of called it my Jeep, you know, and I drove a 10-ton, big 10-ton record too, different times. But this time, and had to go back, I had two guys with rifles sitting here, one here, and one over here with rifle. I had a driver over here, and I sat over here. And we had to drive way back to the ordnance to pick up some half tracks of those tracks, because they had to get it done first thing in the morning early so we could get going. And so we drove all the way back, and we didn't really know where the front was. It was really difficult. But way back, we finally got back there and got on the road that we finally knew. And there was a Red Cross truck way, way back there. They had donuts and Coke. And can you imagine? You think we didn't stop there? Yeah, there's another time that I ate donuts, which I will never tell. It's a military secret. I ate some donuts, and they were so good to us, you know. And there were girls. We never saw girls. It was just good to talk to a girl once. And so we stopped there, and we quickly had our donuts and Coke. And then we went out and picked up those tracks. We got back during the night. And they put those tracks on quickly. Those guys we had good mechanics out of those 7 guys, real good. And got the thing rolling first thing in the morning. So, those are the things we had to do, and that was my Jeep. Oh boy, I love my Jeep. It's a little beat up over here.
Well, you better tell them who got you that Jeep.
The what?
I got you that Jeep for a present.
Yeah, she got me that Jeep for a present. And it sure looks a lot, just exactly. I mean, I had a can over here, you know, and I had a hatchet over here, just like that. And the black, you see the blackout lights? One's gone, how come? It broke. Here's the blackout lights. And boy, is that, can you see it? Yeah, these are the blackout lights. There was one on his side, but it's gone. And you have them in the back, and that's all you could use as you drove during combat until we got way behind the line. Then we could use our headlights, but up until then, you couldn't do that. You see that shift over here? Oh man, that Jeep. Look at the wheels even turn. Look at that. See that? Man, I'd give anything to have my Jeep back. I'd have more fun riding in the Jeep. The only thing is, you know, I wouldn't have these guys with guns there anymore. I'd put my friends up there, and I'd put Carol over here, and I would be in the driver's seat. Oh, things change.